Hi Louise, welcome to another episode of Community Living with your girl Malebo Nkosi. So thank you for joining us. If you are new to the channel, please do remember to subscribe and press the notification button to be notified whenever we release new videos. We release videos every Sunday at 4 p.m. so ready your schedule, put it on your calendar if you want to tune in and get it while it's hot. This week's episode is about get rich quick scheme, but before we go into that, we have about 337 subscribers. So thank you guys. Thank you very much for your continuous support. You're helping the channel grow, and I hope it has been very informative and it has helped you grow in your financial journey. So please do tell us whenever you have topics that you want us to cover on the channel. I don't want to come up with topics every single week. I don't know what you guys want really, because I'm not getting that love, that feedback loop to just say, yeah, we want more of this, no, take away this. That's the type of interaction I would like for us to have. Like, we're a family. You don't know that yet, but we are a family. So welcome to Community Living. We are a financial literacy channel and we cover all things finance for young Black millennials, right? So as I've said, today's topic is about get rich quick schemes. So we've all heard of one, we've all seen someone that's been in one. There's been something of it that we know about get rich quick schemes, and sometimes we all have to agree that we've been enticed to sort of want to join some of these get rich quick schemes because they sound very legit. On paper you're just like, bro, am I missing out on a lifetime opportunity? But that is the very first thing that you have to bear in mind, that it sounds like a lifetime opportunity. It actually means it's gonna take your life savings away. It's gonna end in tears. Simply put, it will end in tears with a get rich quick scheme, right? So today I'm just going to highlight a couple of characteristics of these get rich quick schemes, whether it's a pyramid scheme, a Ponzi scheme, right? Or some of them, they may be disguised as network marketing or MLMs, right? We've all seen these videos going around questioning whether or not Herbalife is actually a network marketing or an MLM. MLM just means multi-level marketing, right? We're gonna get into all of those things. Like, okay, how do you really identify? How do you tell that I am being played for a fool, right? None of us want to have sleepless nights thinking, okay, I used up my money for a car, for this, for that, on this get rich quick scheme, thinking I'm really like dito popa, like in your head, like dito popa. People really go all in. People have sold their houses, people have quit their jobs because of get rich quick schemes. So we're really going to get into the nitty-gritties of what they look like, what they sound like, how they dressed up as legit businesses. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to cover is just the differences between a pyramid scheme and a Ponzi scheme, right? But really, they're all get rich quick schemes. They will all end in tears, but it's just basically minor details. Like, okay, one, it's based on you recruit. You already know that, okay, when I recruit, I'm gonna get money. Recruit, I get money. Everybody knows from that recruitment structure, you get money, right? That is a pyramid scheme. There isn't any product whatsoever that you're selling. Like, you join a company. I'll attach something here because my family also is infamous for for liking to join these pyramid schemes. My mom said something that was, okay, it's not profound but sad, something that was really sad, and when I was questioning her, I'm like, okay, this is a pyramid scheme. It sounds like one, smells like one, dressed like one. It is a pyramid scheme, right? So, and then she was like, yeah, but it's because we're poor, hence we keep on trying. And that was the saddest thing I've heard in like the longest time. And if you don't know, yes, looks like I'm not poor, but I come from a very poor background, and it's really easy for people from poor backgrounds to really think they've got an opportunity of a lifetime, just to find out that they're going to lose the little that they have, And before I get into that story of all of those things, one of the things, as I was saying, between the differences between a pyramid scheme and a Ponzi scheme is that with a pyramid scheme, there isn't any product whatsoever, right? Zero product. You don't understand how the business makes money. There's just this whole thing of like, okay, recruit, get more money. And then when you think about it, I'm recruiting and getting money, but where is the money coming from? It's coming from you are ensuring that whoever is above you, which comes from that thing, that triangle, whoever is above here is getting more money from not doing anything, right? Because they joined early, or because they are the founder of this pyramid, then they will become richer from nothing, right? And whereas on your side, you might be joining in while this bubble or while this pyramid is about to burst, right? Because at the end of the day, a pyramid scheme is only sustained by being able to get X amount of people to join. So if like every second person like says no, or let's just say you only get 1 out of 5 people to agree to being recruited and joining this pyramid scheme, right? That's a lot of people that you have to go through. Imagine 1 out of 5 people agree. How many people do you have to go over to actually get to join this thing and start making profit as someone who has recruited people onto this pyramid scheme, right? So that's it when it comes to pyramid scheme. No product. And the second thing is it's based on recruitment, but you're not recruiting for any business, for any product. It's just a matter of recruit, get money, but you don't care how am I getting money, you know? So that's what a pyramid scheme is like. And a Ponzi scheme is basically someone lying about a legit business or a legit investment scheme, right? So let's just say we've seen things like Triple M. We've seen, I think there was another coin here, some gold coin. Some guy came up with some coin, right? And he decided that he's going to make that a Ponzi, like that became a Ponzi scheme, because he basically says that this is a legit business, right? He must get experience that looks like, okay, this is a legit business. This person is really selling me these gold coins, or this person is really selling me this cryptocurrency, or this person is doing this and this and this. It looks legit on paper. There's enough doubt or that's created in terms of like, or room that's created to say that maybe it is a legit investment instrument or investment vehicle, right? But when you look at some of the things that the business or whatever that scheme is made up of, then you realize no, there is no way. First thing that you should notice about Ponzi scheme is that they guarantee you, even with the pyramid scheme, they tend to guarantee you a certain return, right? Maybe they'll be like, okay, we'll give you 30% of your money, or every second week you'll get 40%. If you give us 3,000, we return it as 6,000. That's 100%, fam. No investment instrument in the past 100 years can actually guarantee that, right? The stock market can do that. We all agree on that. The stock market can triple, can ensure that your money is multiplied into 1,000 folds, right? Maybe in the past 40 years, some of the stocks on the stock market have increased by margins that are crazy, 400%, 500%, 1,000%, right? That is possible, right? But what we're saying is that no one can guarantee, even as my level, even if I own a company and it's listed on the stock market, I cannot say that I guarantee you 100% returns or 100% what, because I don't know what the stock market is going to do. The stock market has so many underlying factors to perform the way it's performing. It's not just based on my business. It's not just based on what is happening on the stock market or the economy. There's so many other factors. If I have an affair as Malebu or whatever, right, the stock can, like, my stock can plummet because of it. If there's a scandal, whether it's maybe a private scandal or a scandal that affects the company, it can plummet as well. So there's so many other factors related to that. Hence, even if your investing in the stock market, no one can guarantee you a return. So that's why most of the investment firms, they usually have this disclaimer that past performance does not guarantee future performance. So if you have an investment instrument or investment vehicle with anyone that is legitimate, they will have that clause somewhere to say that, okay, we estimate that we can be able to get you plus minus 15%, right, for this investment vehicle, all those things, right? But after all that, they'll mention that line that, okay, we can't guarantee you this. So once someone says that they guarantee that you will be able to get 100% return, which is bizarre, crazy, madness. The moment you hear that and you're busy still looking at that person and thinking, yeah, I can make money, please analyze yourself. Get yourself out of that situation, because you know it will end in what? Say it with me. Tears. Okay? So we have highlighted those differences between the pyramid scheme and a Ponzi scheme. One is based on recruitment, one is based on an investment vehicle, investment instrument, or an asset of some sort, right? That does not exist in any way or the other. It's probably not registered. It can be registered with the CIPC. That's another thing. That's another scam that a lot of people are able to use, that they register it with the CIPC and you're like, no, this is a legit business. Anyone can register a business. You can register a business. I can register a business, and I can use the business for any purposes. There's no body, by a body, I mean like a body corporate or regulatory body, that says that I can't use. Okay, basically, according to regulations, you can't use it because it's legitimate, right? But then, because it's a scam already, who cares about the legitimacy? So I am registering this to illegitimize it after the hard work that I created. So it is the appearance that I care about. So I'm like, okay, if someone comes with a company, if someone comes with the website, if someone comes, the recent one that my family is interested in, it even has these nice fancy slides, you know, explaining a pyramid scheme. And I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? But anyways, these are the things that people get themselves into. People have lost billions of rands. Well, probably cumulatively, like everyone that has been part of a get rich quick scheme. But I just mean every single person that has tried to get rich quick has ended up losing almost everything that they've earned. There are multiple stories, and my aunt, I don't know if I'm allowed to share the story. I'll ask for approval after recording it. But my aunt once took out her child's educational policy in order to invest in one, right? And I was very young then. I think I was in grade 6 or 7, right? We go to those conferences. Ooh, that's another thing. If there's a conference, why is there a conference about money, fam? Conferences, selling you something that does not make sense. Testimony. And in the conferences, it's not that there's a conference, right? The problem is not a conference, because I'm also thinking about a conference in the future. So people are going to be like, oh, you told us like, hey, we should stay away from conferences, but here you are with another conference, right? These people attend seminars, conferences, workshops, what. But the main theme, the core focus of these conferences is testimonials. So every 2 seconds, oh, I quit my job. Oh, you know, this is it. Oh, like it feels like church. We're not at church, we're making money. We are making money. So when we're making money and you start feeling like you're at church, like the Holy Spirit is in the vicinity, question that the fuck out of that. I know I mentioned church and soil language all in the same sentence, but I'm really pissed off at some of the things that we fall for, guys. So the moment you're in church and it sounds like, oh, actually conferences, and it sounds like you're at church, you and your purse must get the fuck out of that place. with the pyramid schemes, there's a pitch. There's always, oh yeah, this is the greatest business opportunity. You get to work on your own. You know, you can like work from home. You're your own boss. Own boss way with the pyramid here. There's someone here. If you're not here, there's no boss. You are not the boss. You will never be the boss. It might sound like it might feel like it might be dressed in something that sounds like a boss, but no. And another thing is the promise of passive income. How is it that, let's just say for some people that have to sell something, right? And I'm not saying MLMs are pyramid schemes, but imagine you are selling something and they tell you it's passive income, and you're listening to them as well, and they're telling you you can have your own working hours, you can have this and this, but when you're calculating everything, you have someone up here breathing down your neck telling you you didn't sell this much, you didn't sell that much, you didn't do this, achieve this and this and this and this. Does that sound like passive income? Does that sound like you are your own boss? So guys, we need to scrutinize all these things, right? And the promise of financial freedom by so many of them, like after this you're never going to have to work a day in your life. It sounds good. I want that. I would love that, right? But does it make sense? How many people would have actually went for that opportunity? But no, they're going to make you the papai. You are going to be the one that falls for this and think it's possible that tomorrow you pack your bags and you actually tell your boss where to get off. Does it sound logical? I think I'm being a bit condescending. Sorry if I sound that way, right? Or I'm coming off that way. But I just want us to scrutinize some of these things that on a daily basis we have multiple opportunities, multiple encounters with these people. And some of us are going to fall for them and are going to continuously fall for it because it always sounds legit. It always sounds like a lifetime opportunity. It always sounds like something that is promising, right? It always sounds like after this, you never have to work again. But just question yourself, is it possible to never work again after this opportunity? And you have to understand how your money makes money on your behalf. If you don't know how you make your bottom line, if you don't know how an asset actually achieves or actually maintains a profit margin for you, do not get involved. If you don't know how it's registered, if you don't know who's selling it, if you don't know why they're selling it, if you don't know how they get their profits, do not, I repeat, do not sign up with anything of that sort, right? And yeah, I think I was just being too emotional about this because it's a very touchy topic, right? People are losing their incomes, people are losing their livelihoods, people are losing marriages from this because it really is a bad financial decision. And if your husband or your wife makes this decision and you're left with your kids and they've decided to sell your house so that they can get into this opportunity, because that's what it does. It gets to this rankings. But obviously with any investment, you have to put something first and then get a return, and they'll sell it that way. Like, okay, invest your house, invest this, invest that, and then you'll get the return, the major return on investment. And I just look at it and I'm like, in 2020, you'll still want us to fall for that, and some of us are still going to fall for it, right? Because the sounding, a house, then you get a mansion, a car, then you get a Land Rover, or something. The sacrifice, guys, let's just think about it. It's not worth it. Let's not try to get rich quick at any point in our life. Like, we all want to say to our boss, like, hey, chile time forever, but let's do it in a way that is sustainable, in a way that doesn't lead to more depression, because finance can lead to depression, guys. Finance is underrated in terms of leading to depression, right? Especially if you lose a shit ton of money. If you lose shit tons of money, imagine losing $1 million because you wanted to get rich. It happens because people get greedy. Another thing that I wanted to address is our greediness. Like 90% of the time you fall for pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes and all these schemes, or get rich quick schemes. Let me just aggregate them to get rich quick schemes, because we are greedy. We are simply greedy. That is how, I think it's Benny Madoff. You should Google him after watching this video. He was a legitimate Ponzi scheme dude, right? So his story was that basically he infiltrated the highest ranking of like the stock market and all those things, right? So with that being that he's that high up and there are various bodies that he's part of, these regulatory bodies, he's buddies with everyone there. So no one would even audit his like his firm, right? To say that is this a legit business? He promised the highest return within the industry. And when he was asked, like, okay, so like, why did you keep this going? And how do you feel about all these people that you've ripped off and all these people that are losing a lot of their money from your like scheme, right? And then one thing he said was that all these people knew there was something wrong, but none of them cared to look close enough to see that there is something wrong. So basically what he meant is that as much as they tried to act like ignorance was bliss, they knew there was something amiss, but none of them took the time, because most of them got this thing of like, Benny Madoff will triple my investment, quadruple my investment, and like increase it by tenfold. But how was he able to do it? Because it was a Ponzi scheme, the biggest Ponzi scheme after the first Ponzi scheme, right? That's what is it called? The postcard Ponzi scheme, right? Also do your research about that Ponzi scheme, right? So it used the what is it called, postcards, and you like buy a postcard and get this and this and this and this and this, all of those things. So guys, I'm just gonna end it here now. I think this has been long enough, and I was shouting and I was screaming from the top of my lungs. I'm sure you'll see how pissed I am about some of the things that we fall for, because we don't understand legitimate business, legitimate investments, and that making money or generating wealth, it has to be something that is sustainable, and it doesn't happen overnight. It will never happen overnight. If it feels like it's happening overnight, understand that you will end in tears. And if you're going to watch this video, you will know when it happens, when it's about to happen, because very soon it'll end in tears. And really, if you're part of anything that sounds like it, please stop. If you're part of recruiting people into whatever, please stop, because at the end of the day, someone else is going to invest 50,000, 1 mil, what from your recruitment, and their livelihood and their financial state will be ruined forever because you were ready to get a ranking within that pyramid scheme. Or if it's a Ponzi scheme, you didn't understand how you were making money, but you were ready to tell someone how they can make money from that Ponzi scheme. So thank you very much for joining this week's episode, and I just want to say I love you, and keep on taking care of that shmula.